What's up, guys? Trying to change this so that I can make it windowed mode. Yep. There we go. Perfect. Now I need to resize this. That works. Make this a little bit bigger. Oh, a little bit too big. Should have done this before I started the stream, but you know how it is. How's it going, guys? I am Kako. If you don't know, I'm working on another fighting game in a different space than Fantasy Strike, but I've known, not personally, but known David Serlin's been working on this for a long time, and it's just gone free to play. Really excited to check it out. And I want to give everyone here a little bit of a different perspective than what you might get from other streamers who are covering the game. In that I'm another fighting game developer, I'm going to be looking at this with a different perspective and paying attention to like the really fine details. And so I think one of the things I want to call out right away was that there was like this trailer that started right when you boot up the game, and it's super sick, so we'll have that play first. Yeah, it's so sick. The thing about a trailer like this that just like rocks is that from a game design perspective, like I'm gonna watch it again and now I'm gonna like break it down. So basically you've got these backgrounds which they either made or they got from, you know, the Unity store, and that's not to like diminish it or anything, but it's like it's such a smart use of the things that they already have. Maybe this is a stage background, I actually don't even know. So they basically are repurposing a bunch of stuff that they have already to make this kick-ass trailer. Like these are all, I'm pretty sure, in-game animations for all these characters. Or they are like new emotes or post-game or pre-game animations that they've added for these characters, and they put it into this super exciting trailer together. And they just added a lot of dynamic camera angles and like these anime lines and backgrounds that just like make it like really, really rock. It's super cool. So I would love to make something like that for our game. It's super, super cool. Mr. Foxhat has a cool question. He says, I'm a concept artist for another platform fighter and was wanting your opinion on how stages should affect gameplay for the most part. That's a really good question. I have to think about that one for a while.
Welcome to Fantasy Strike. I'm Master Midori. Let's learn by doing.
I want to also show the tutorial because like right after you start the trailer, you go into the tutorial, which is really sick. This is such an awesome tutorial. Our game, Vortex Rising, does not currently have a tutorial, so when I watch this, I'm just like, oh man, like the notepad is just like filled with little details here, and I'll try to call them all out. If you play Fantasy Strike, you'll see I've actually changed the inputs on the right. That's not the default inputs, but that's just like what's most comfortable for me. And it's actually a similar control scheme to our game. I'll talk about like positive things I see in the tutorial and also negative things. It's gonna be like 99% negative because this is a kick-ass tutorial. So let me see if I can think about like Mr. Foxhat's question first. How stages should affect gameplay? Yeah, what Dan Fornes said is a very similar design approach to like what we have at Vortex, which is you want to design something to be like really extreme, like really, really crazy. And that way it has that identity and personality that makes it unique and special. Because if you start with something that's like fair or balanced or reasonable, you're only going to end up with kind of boring, wishy-washy ideas. So let's say you wanted to go with a volcano idea. Like this is how Nintendo does it too, I'm pretty sure. You go like, okay, we're in a volcano, so let's have lava everywhere, and it's like totally disrupting the play. And then it's like, all right, well that's crazy and no one likes it, so let's like balance it down from there. But I would say go crazy first and then tone it down later. I think that that's fair, but like when you said how stages should affect gameplay, I think that it depends on what you want to accomplish. Like, do you care a lot about competitive viability? If so, like RNG is not going to be something you want in that. If you just want to have a stage that's fun to play on, then, you know, all of those elements are okay. We actually have a stage right now in our game that has like one hazard in it. I think in traditional arcade fighting games like what Fantasy Strike is, they don't have anything like that, right? It's just more of a backdrop. But it would be nice if they had, you know, unique ways that if I'm walking on the ground, the footsteps sound different, or there's like little obstacles I'm breaking when I smash people into it. You know, maybe they're like wooden barrels on this level and they break. Or, you know, we could have in the casino level, like casino tables filled with coins, and you can break those and all the coins go spilling everywhere. I think it's like stuff like that.
Good. There's no dash, run, or crouch, so you already learned all about movement.
When I did this tutorial the first time, it took me so long to figure this out. I also like that they make it so you have to punch the guy to advance. That's like really fun. So this, I thought was great that they show these little bubbles here. They're not the first people in the world to do this, but I just thought it was a great implementation of it. This was something right here where you go like, oh, okay, there's these backwards A attacks, but they don't really talk about when to use these backward A attacks or like the forward A attacks as opposed to the normal A attacks. And this is something that like all tutorials have to, it's like the struggle of tutorials. This is something that's always going to be a problem with tutorials is how much do you leave in, how much do you leave out, how much do you, how long is the tutorial supposed to last, you know? I think the problem with this tutorial, and I'm kind of skipping ahead, was when I did it the first time, like half an hour ago, I got through the tutorial like pretty easily. There wasn't anything that like tripped me up. That's very good. When I did Rivals at Aether's tutorial, there was like certain challenges I like literally for the life of me couldn't do, which was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I didn't have that here. But at the end, they have this sparring section, and I got my ass whooped. And I was like, I do not feel ready for this at all. And so one of the challenges that tutorials face is like, okay, I remember the old one. The old tutorial had it where there were like these mini sparring sessions throughout it, and they like staggered it out more. And I feel like in an ideal world, you could almost have like, hey, you've reached level 1. You're like a white belt, right? You're a white belt or a brown belt or a green belt or a blue belt, but you're not a black belt. And with this certain belt status, you can play local matches against people with a limited skill set of the game. So like, let's say we went here, we said attacks, combos, blocking. Okay. and then we didn't have any throws and we didn't have any supers, for example. Or we said there's attacks and combos, but there's no strong attacks, no special attacks, and you can block and you can throw. Whatever it is, you want to like limit that skill set, and then you can say I can play online with other people with that limited skill set, so I can like understand some of the fundamentals. Or I can play against other CPUs with my brown belt status. And then it's like when you're ready to upgrade to black belt, you can unlock like specials or the strong hits that have armor on them, things that like help you understand how these things fit into the original kit. And I think for our game, we're gonna try to do something like that, where there's this kind of brown belt, black belt level of play with a limited amount of content in it, so that people can understand the fundamentals a little bit better. So, yeah, that's like the one thing. It was like, that was the only thing I could fault them for. But like everything else is great, honestly. And I'm gonna show you my favorite part coming up here. My favorite part is, I think, is the combo section. Hey Burnett Strike, I've seen you in our Twitter feed. Good to have you here.
When you flash white, you're invulnerable to strikes.
See, here they talk about like the strong hits, but they don't talk about like, oh, if I do this, if I do a hold B versus a forward B versus a back B, I do different speeds. You know, it's just tough, like how you decide what to do. How do you not get information overload? This I thought was great. Up until this point, I thought this was like, okay, this is cool. This is one of the coolest parts of this. Was I activate wind, and then my attacks break projectiles. So it's like, hey, projectiles are happening to me. Use the wind, and then use this, and you'll break through the projectiles. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And now I wish there was like, hey, you're dealing with a projectile spammer, and you're this guy, do this, and then, you know, break all of their projectiles. That would have been sick. This isn't the tutorial, but this is just the gameplay. These animations are sick. This gameplay is sick. This looks so cool. A lot of dynamic camera, like the anime streaks. I don't know what to call that, but like it's super, super cool.
Attack me to advance. Your super in the air is different. It's a parry, so it only.
This is a really. I love the idea of this being a parry. I tried using it in a match earlier today, and I just got bodied. The guy didn't fall for it. I'm so bad. I can't do the mix-ups yet.
Normal attacks with A can combo.
All right, this is my favorite part right here.
Just press A, then B.
I know this isn't even in their core game, but I kind of wish it was. Because it feels so cool to like land those like multiple, or maybe it is in the core game, I don't know. But this, like the little like combo sound effects, oh man, that's so cool. I want that in my game, like as a base.
Attack to advance. To block an attack, hold away from the enemy. You don't have to worry about blocking high.
So, Mr. Foxhat asked another quick question. Do you have a plan to have a tutorial? Yes, we do. As for unlockable characters, I think that when you play characters first,
try making me block your B attack.
you know how like when you boot a game, it tells you, hey, this is how you play this character, right? This is how you play Grave. I think that if we could, before you can play any character online or even locally, you have to do this tutorial for that character first, and it teaches you the mechanics, particularly like, oh, for Graves you do the wind and you can break projectiles. Like, that's so cool. Like, I wish that every game did that, so then at least you're like, hey, I know how to play that character, I know what their core mechanic is, I know how to set things up. And so that's how we would do things. Is do a tutorial per character, basically. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to here. Here we go.
You can also damage opponents who are blocking by throwing them.
The throw thing is so cool. I've like cheesed some opponents online with throw. And then the Yomi counter thing is super awesome too.
Here is a unique feature in Fantasy Strike. The Yomi counter.
This is Dave Serlin's brilliance at work here, where he's like, oh, Yomi counter. Super smart.
And I got full super meter too. I can only Yomi counter you if I'm not touching my controls at all. You can throw me as usual if I'm walking back and forth. Okay, now I'll try to throw you. Let go of your controls and you'll Yomi counter me.
Saw that coming.
Playing blind is fun. That's fair.
Fight these opponents and throw them if they are moving, but hit them with an attack if they are waiting to Yomi counter.
I think that's like one of those things where if you start and you go like, I'm an expert, we can skip all of those. And if not, we can make the tutorials be like suggested to you. Oh, whoops. I use the throw macro, by the way.
Yomi counters don't work against special throws. You have to jump out of them.
At this point, I'm like, information overload. This is where, for me, I was like, oh, this is too much. Even though I have a lot of the same stuff in my game, it's just like way too much to experience. What I do like, though, is that they go, oh, you can jump it. You can jump, and they have it like the jumpable call-out thing. That's super smart. Jump.
Good. But if I do a normal throw right as you get up, you have to Yomi counter, and you can't jump. The startup of your jump is vulnerable to normal throws. Yomi counter my normal throw by doing nothing.
Who wants to play with me, by the way? We're almost done with the tutorial. If someone wants to add me, I'm Keiko and then we can play.
Jump out of
That's my tag.
Yomi counter.
If someone wants to play, we can do friendly matches, because apparently the
learned all the basics.
Matchmaking servers are overloaded right now. Oh shit, we're sparring already. Alright, so I'm basically a projectile spammer. Oh, he was walking backwards, I swear.
One more time.
Alright, he's gonna body me here. He's gonna go dragon form. And so, here's another thing. They don't tell you about this dragon's like special abilities. He has like some kind of command grab, and they don't teach you how that works. Like, I didn't know that that's what that is. No one's telling me what's happening here, and boom, I lost. And like, because it's a tutorial, it doesn't kill me, but I don't know what's happening, and they haven't covered this. So I think this is actually another oversight on their part, where they don't tell you, oh, this character has this command grab, or I actually don't even know how it works. And I think that's a problem. But yeah, who wants to play me here? Go ahead and add me. I'm gonna watch the Midori video while we wait, because I don't know how his ability works.
Midori taught Grave and Jaina how to fight. He's a careful, honorable teacher who is able to take the form of a mighty dragon. Midori is a grappler. He has no projectiles, so he wants to get close and throw his opponents. Every so often, he can transform into a dragon, which lets him play as an entirely different, very powerful character. Midori's normal throw is one of his most important moves. It has really long range and it does 2 damage. It also leaves the opponent standing, so they have to think quickly about what to do next, as Midori can threaten to loop into another throw. Midori's normal attacks are his chop, double strike, and sweep. By pressing the A button twice, he does a rapid flurry of punches. You can mash A and he'll keep doing more flurries. He can also cancel his chop or his double strike into this. When an opponent gets up near Midori, they might be afraid of his throw. If they expect a throw, they might let go of their controls and try to Yomi counter him. The mix-up is that instead of throwing, he can simply press AA to hit them for 2 damage. Midori's C button is a parry. It doesn't work against throws or projectiles, but if a strike hits his parry, he'll take no damage and automatically hit back. He also gains super meter for parrying. If this parry strike actually hits the opponent, Midori gains a crazy power-up and a glow showing that he's in this empowered mode. While empowered, if Midori is able to throw the opponent, he does so automatically with no button presses, with a special throw that only happens in this mode. There are a lot of crazy uses of this, and Midori can even hold back to block while still threatening this throw. The opponent can jump out of this special throw, though they can't Yomi counter it. After Midori performs his empowered throw, he'll lose the special state, and he has to parry another attack to get into it again. If he gets hit while empowered, he'll also lose the state. Interestingly though, if he's in the empowered mode, you can still normal throw. That's good to do because it does 2 damage instead of the empowered throw's 1 damage, and it lets you keep the empowered throw so you can continue to threaten with it. Midori's B button does a flying kick on the ground or in the air. This is mainly to help him get close to the opponent. His air C is a flying butt slam. It hits on the way down, but not on the way up, and is surprisingly safe on block, allowing for some throw setups. This is very useful in helping him get in because it can avoid a lot of obstacles the opponent might put up. Midori's jumping forward A is a fairly shallow jump kick that can lead to a combo. His jumping straight up A is a different move though, and it gives him a little extra mobility. He can steer it forward or back in the air. Steering forward can help get over projectiles and generally helps him threaten with it. Steering back allows him to attack, but pull back from danger if the situation looks bad. Midori's super, both ground and air versions, transforms him into a dragon. Remember, parrying gives him super meter, so the more moves you parry, the more you'll be able to turn into dragon form. While in dragon form, your super meter counts down, giving you a time limit until you revert back to human form. You do get to remain in dragon form across rounds. His dragon moves are generally crazy. His AA does a 2-hit attack with enormous hitboxes. It's great anti-air and it does 2 damage. He can even still do air moves after his AA. His forward AA reaches pretty far and does 2 damage as well. His back plus A is a tail sweep that reaches ridiculously far and fast. Midori's Dragon Form B on the ground and in the air is a torpedo that's way more powerful than his human form's flying kick. It's fast and high priority. When the ground version hits or is blocked, he bounces back and can still do air moves, such as another air B. His Dragon Form C button does different kinds of throws in the ground and in the air. On the ground, he dashes forward and goes for a Dragon Buster. The dash has infinite hits of super armor, meaning no matter how many times he gets hit during it, he keeps going and still tries to throw.
How are you supposed to stop
His air
this?
C is a talon swoop
How do you
that
stop
flies
that?
across the screen to grab opponents. Both these throws deal 2 damage.
How do you
Neither
stop
can
it?
be Yomi countered, and in
Oh,
both
Yomi
cases
countered.
the opponent can jump out. Let's not
Okay.
forget his jumping A in Dragon Form. It's probably the best normal attack in the game. It's huge, high priority, and hits for 2 damage. Another thing you should be aware of is how his transformation itself affects gameplay. As he transforms, gameplay briefly pauses, and this gives you a moment to react to what the opponent is doing. You can transform, then AA to anti-air them if they jumped. Or transform and C if you see that they'll be unable to avoid that special throw, or simply transform and normal throw them suddenly. Midori's incredible bear hug throw and parry make him scary when up close.
Alright, I'm definitely trying this guy out. Cool, who wants to play? I'm gonna do a little labbing first. Where is he? There he is. Oh, they call it grappler right there. That's sick. Alright, I'm gonna have... I see a lot of people playing this guy, so I think his parry is gonna be perfect for that. Man, I don't have a player 2. I want a CPU. How do I do that? Do they have CPUs? Do they have CPUs in this game, guys? They have to, right? Oh, solo. Okay, I'm dumb. Alright, I'm ready for you whenever you're here. Alright, let's look at the chat. We got Mr. Fox asking about heavy characters. You can give them burst movement, you can give them armor, depends on what you want to do. For me, oh, countered you. Noise. Oof. Alright, this guy still bodies me.
Round 2. Fight.
Maneuver. Spirit. 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 Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer.
This guy's messing me up. I'm so bad. What am I supposed to do? I just want to spam parry every time this guy's gonna attack me.
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer.
Alright, this guy's spamming moves too. I don't have to feel bad.
Divide and conquer.
Round 4. Fight. Dragon Buster.
Alright, I got bodied by a CPU, guys. I'm not sure I should play any of you guys yet. Just watch the tutorial and still have no idea.
I am your man here.
My brain does not, like, is so, like, not decision tree oriented. You know what I'm saying? Oof. Where it's like, he's doing this, I need to do that. Oh, God. It's like I'm doing speed runs to get bodied as quickly as possible.
Fight.
Alright, here we go. What? Hey!
Perfect. Round 3. Fight.
Oof. Oh. What? How is that legal?
Round
This divide and
4.
conquer move, I need to block it and then parry it, I think. Oof.
And conquer.
Round 5. Fight.
Alright. They said it was an anti-air! Oh. Alright, well, there goes my last shot at winning this. Whenever whoever's here gets online, do add me.
Midori, it's Umaru.
Mr. Fox says, do you think a 3D platform fighter could ever work? Oof. So you see how, like, I'm a fighting game developer, I make fighting games, and I'm still, like, overwhelmed by this 2D fighter. I don't normally play arcade traditional fighters, but there's a lot of knowledge that goes into it, and, like, the most important thing is spacing and knowing moves, right? The best examples of 3D platform fighters I can think of are actually projectile based, because the projectiles help you with spacing so much more, and they're a lot more intuitive for players. So for example, think like Custom Robo, or think Rocket Arena, or whatever the new EA game's called with the rockets. I think those are both very smart options. Alright. Come on. I got this.
Dragon Buster! Dragon Buster!
That's my thoughts on that. I think like if you just said 3D platform fighter like Soul Calibur, but you can like double jump, triple jump, and recover, like I think that's gonna be so complicated. Doesn't mean it can't be done. What? Grab this mofo. Oh, okay. Okay.
Still learning?
Apparently I Yomi countered that. Nice.
Round 5.
Am I gonna win a set, guys?
Charge!
Please help me. Please help me. What is this? What is he gonna do to me? Oof. What am I supposed to do against these things? Oh, Dissidia Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball Budokai. Yeah, for sure. I don't think that they can be considered platform fighters, though. I think I got him right here.
Perfect. Round 7. Fight.
What makes it a platformer is if you're jumping off objects and using the environment to get a competitive edge, and like the stage has. Does Dragon Ball Budokai have people jumping off stages and objects and things? Because a platformer, I think definitionally you need to use the stage to fight the opponent.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Got him. Got him. Thank you for that. Oh, no. No. So close.
Round 2. Fight. And conquer! Dragon Buster!
Apparently that goes through everything.
Dragon Buster!
Give me that. Free life. Nope. Bodied. Bodied. I got bodied.
Round 3. Fight.
They could have implemented that. Yeah. Come on, give me something. Please, give me this.
Dragon Buster!
Wanted that so bad. That was close. That was my
4. Fight.
my moment 37. Hey Kazan.
Dragon Buster!
I'm getting shredded by this new character they added. Oh god. Can we do it?
Round 5. Fight.
Hey Kazan. You should play this game with me, man.
Attack! And conquer!
I feel like this is like the cheese way you beat that guy. You just spam attack.
Round 6. Fight. Dragon Form! Dragon Buster! Dragon Buster!
What's up, Cicero? Dude, you don't know what I just went through right before you got here. I literally got, and I'm playing an easy level CPU, just so you know. And I am getting obliterated. And apparently all I had to do this whole time was just spam attack, and I could have beaten this guy this whole time. I didn't even know. That's my first set I won. You guys were there for that. Midori is their Urda X. It's their grappler.
Round 1. Fight.
And conquer! And conquer!
I'll buy you a pack, Cicero. Top player privilege.
Round 2. Fight.
And we can play. And then you can body me in this game.
And conquer!
I'm playing an easy computer, guys. Just want you to know.
Round 3. Fight.
How is that even possible? The guys have shredded my whole thing in 2 moves. 3 moves. I'm gone. I'm dead. I'm gone. How does that happen?
Round
Let me
4.
gift you this game, Cicero.
Fight.
I'll gift it to you right now. So we can play.
Maneuver!
Oh. Okay. Look, this is the move. This is the move. That's how you beat the CP. Just spam attack. Apparently not. Trace J, invite me. I'm Kakovalik. Add me as a friend.
Round 5. Fight.
And conquer! And conquer!
You lose.
I'm in command here.
How many games is it going to take for me to win a set, guys?
Round 1. Fight.
And conquer!
Come on. Oh, okay.
Perfect. Round 2. Fight.
And conquer!
You added me on Steam, Kenpai. You gotta add me in game.
Round 3. Fight. Dragon Buster. Dragon Buster.
You gotta add me in game, Kenpai. Because that's not gonna work. Please get one hit. Just one hit. Just one hit, guys. Come on. I can do it, right? Grab him. Grab him. He's good. You got it. You didn't.
Round.
You didn't. Oh. Alright, you did. I'm sorry. I didn't pop up. It only like popped up when I did the thing. I got you. I invited you. Let's do it. Yeah, I got wrecked. It's true. Alright, so overall, this game has got phenomenal polish on it. Super, super fun.
Midori.
Honor to fight.
I was feeling really overwhelmed, and like it's just that fighting game thing. You just have to stick with it, and like eventually it starts making
Round
sense.
1. Fight.
All right, so I don't know any of this character's moves.
Play. KO.
What can I say, Kenpai? You're way easier than an easy CPU.
Round 2. Fight.
Starlight! Starlight! Asper Dash! Yeah!
Oh, okay.
Starlight! Starlight! Hey!
Dragon Buster.
Surprise!
No!
Round 3. Fight.
Hey!
Yo, fuck!
Round 4.
Yo, I like this game, man.
Dragon Buster.
Kenpai, how am I so good against you, bro? Maybe they just need to make their CPUs easier or something. I don't know.
Round 5.
Dude, this is like the easiest game ever, man.
Light! Starlight!
Hey, let me do something.
KO. You
Four
win.
stock, baby.
Round 1.
Three
Fight.
stocked.
Starlight! Starlight! Starlight!
No, 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 no. I'm dead. I'm tied.
KO.
Damn.
Round 2. Fight. Dragon Buster.
No one can escape the Dragon Buster. This is like what fighting that set is like what like I thought fighting games were. It's just like a guy goes into the corner and the other guy gets obliterated. What?
Starlight! Starlight!
KO.
Gotcha.
Round 4. Fight. Counter. Counter.
Run away. Oh, okay. Apparently I don't know how to block.
Round 5. Fight.
Woo! Kenpai's coming back. He's got the
Round
reads.
6. Fight. Counter. KO.
You tried, son.
Round 7. Fight.
Yeah. That's for that.
Rip me. It does have a lobby system. Well, no, it doesn't have a lobby system. I don't think. Lobby is in like, hey, we can all team up together? I don't think so.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, I'm gonna go best first to 5, or 3 out of 5.
Starlight.
Give me something. Give me something.
Starlight.
Round
I like
2.
your character, Kenpai. She's fun. She's got cool hair. That's not annoying at all, I gotta be honest. This guy. Ooh. Hello. Kenpai.
That's for that.
KO. Round 3. Fight. Counter.
No, I want to do something, please.
KO. Perfect.
Okay.
Round 4. Fight.
Yeah.
Counter.
The Cheese Master. That's called the cargo rush right
Round
there.
5. Fight.
Surprise!
Oh.
Round 6. Fight.
It's gonna be close.
Counter.
Starlight! Yeah!
KO. Perfect.
Kenpai.
You lose.
Alright, this is how you know Kenpai's a better fighting game player than me. Because I dominated him and now I'm getting rocked.
Surprise!
Close one.
Round 2. Fight. Counter.
Get bodied.
I'm gone.
Oh, that parry, huh? Please.
Double KO. Round 3. Fight.
Surprise!
No!
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Oh god, oh god. No! Alright, well, Kenpai wins. I can't say I'm surprised. This one's for fun.
Round 1. Fight.
Unless I win, in which case it was for all the marbles, and everything else was just a warm-up. You know how it is.
KO.
Trace J, let's get a game in after
Round
this.
2. Fight.
Okay. Okay. Why doesn't that attack trade? In my opinion, it should.
Surprise!
Please.
KO. Perfect. Round 3.
I think I'm about to get forced out.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Ooh. Don't get forced out now. That's my goal. Why?
KO.
I'm out of here.
You lose.
I'm uninstalling. I'm just kidding. Good games, Kenpai. Trace J, what's your name? GG's, Kenpai. You're the real fighting game player here, man. I see it. This game's super good. When am I gonna host another VR stream? It's a good question. I think for the Discord community, we're doing a VR stream tomorrow. I don't see you, Is this SSTJ? Is that Trace J? How do I go to my Steam list? I think that's you. Yeah, so for the Discord, we're doing a stream in tomorrow, and for the non-Discord, I think we're gonna do something in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I think. Let me check my calendar. Hell yeah.
Choose a new challenger. Friend match.
Man, this game's so polished, especially compared to our game. Our gameplay is totally different, but their menus and all of that, it's so good. So good. I think I'm ready. How do I click ready? Enter, accept. Oh, I think you gotta pick a stage.
Geiger.
It's my time to fight.
It won't let me hit accept.
Midori. It's an honor to
Oh,
fight.
interesting. Okay.
Round 1. Fight.
Flash gear. Time spiral.
Gotcha.
Counter. KO. Round 2. Fight.
Clockwork.
Help me. Don't know what's happening. This is scary. Help, help, help.
Flash gear. Time. Drop gear.
Hey!
Round 3. Fight.
Hey, Mr. Foxhat, I see your questions. I'm dead.
Flash gear.
Gotcha!
Time spiral.
Okay, please stop.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Time spiral.
Oh, how do I get away from this thing?
Drop gear.
Ooh,
Time
nice.
spiral. Drop gear. Step.
Counter.
Drop gear. Time spiral. Clockwork.
Help me!
Flash gear.
KO. Round 5. Fight.
Time spiral. Flash gear. Clockwork. Time spiral.
Hey, dodge that like a pro.
You win.
SSTJ is like the spacing monster from our game. He's so good at spacing, it's
Round
insane.
1. Fight.
Time spiral.
Oh.
Flash gear.
Oh, nice.
Time spiral. Time spiral.
Round 2. Fight.
Time spiral. Time spiral. Pause. Clockwork.
Help. Oh, okay, I'm not.
Dragon Buster. Round 3. Fight.
Time spiral.
Talon Swoop.
Pause. Drop kick. Time spiral. Pause. Drop kick. Time spiral. Time spiral. Just a moment. Flash gear.
KO! Round 4. Fight!
Time spiral. Time spiral. Time spiral.
KO! Round 5. Fight!
Time spiral. Pause. Ah, clockwork. Drop here. Time spiral. Drop here. Pause. Drop here.
KO! Round 6. Fight!
Pause. Drop here. Time spiral. Time spiral. Pause. Drop here. Step. Just a moment. Flash here. Drop here.
KO! You win!
I get you with the cheese. If we did a best of 5, I think SSTJ is gonna whoop me.
Brave.
Who is my equal?
Midori, it's an honor to fight you.
Alright, let's see. So, Mr. Fox said, would you like another button? I don't think so. My whole thing on platform fighters
Round
is that you
1.
need less.
Fight!
Wind summon!
Oh, okay. Hello. Hello.
Counter!
Oh, I'm dead.
KO! Round 2. Fight!
Wind summon!
Come on, I was about to booty slam you.
Wind summon!
KO!
Okay.
Round
Zoner beats
3.
Grappler, obviously.
Fight.
Come on.
Counter!
Wind summon!
Please.
KO!
Hey, yo.
Round 4. Fight!
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Rip me. Hello.
KO! Round 5. Fight!
Wind summon!
Talent Sword!
Oh, ooh. I'm dead.
Round 6. Fight!
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
Round 7. Fight!
Ooh, I love that idea. Battles under the stage. I would love to do that if I could. We kind of have it a little bit. Not really, though. I'm toast. Maybe not. Please! Please! I want it so bad! How am I supposed to get over this shit? No! Oh, yes!
You win!
This is why I don't do streams. Oh. I'll do one more. My heart's racing. I have to click it with my mouse for some reason. You want to change your character, it's fine.
Valerie,
I have an idea.
Midori, it's an honor to fight you. Round 1. Fight!
Oh, hello. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo.
Round 2. Fight!
Hello. Where's my options? Where are my attacks?
Perfect.
Nothing that came out there.
Round 3. Fight!
Alright, this guy just busted out his vein, I think. I don't know what's
Round
going on.
4. Fight!
Rainbow!
You lose.
Let's do it, SSTJ. You can't hide your main from me this whole
Round
time.
1.
Make me feel good
Fight.
about myself. Oh.
Rainbow disc!
I'm
Round
so
2.
confused what I'm supposed to do. She can dodge back. How is that allowed?
Rainbow!
KO! Round 3. Fight!
Rainbow! Rainbow disc!
Help.
Round 4. Fight!
She's so fast!
Rainbow Disc!
KO. Perfect.
We have to do this again. I don't understand.
You lose.
He has a parry. He has one parry. And I just need to like spam that. I don't understand.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh,
Rainbow!
there's one.
Play fair. Counter.
Rainbow! Yellow!
Round 2.
That's better.
Fight. KO. Perfect. Round 3. Fight.
Rainbow Disc!
This is a really big problem
Round 4.
for their game design. Well, this is a problem with fighting games in general. It's like, what do you do to deal with somebody?
Rainbow!
We already have that in the game. You should play Vortex Rising and you'll see.
Rainbow! Yellow!
I want to keep playing on this set because if I can't figure this out in like 2 or 3 games, it's pretty
Round
rough.
1.
This is rough.
Fight.
Especially when you've been playing like so well against somebody and then you're like suddenly there's like a character you just can't beat and you're just like, what am I supposed to do? Her attacks are so fast.
Rainbow Disc!
Round 2.
This is really, really painful for me.
Rainbow!
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Rainbow Disc! Rainbow! Rainbow!
KO. Round 4. Fight.
I legit feel like I'm gonna have an aneurysm, guys. I don't know how to deal with this.
Rainbow! Yellow! Rainbow!
Play
Woo!
fair. Round 5. Fight.
I got one.
You lose.
Let's go, Trace J. I'm not giving up.
Round 1. Fight.
Rainbow.
So I can't like block punish that move. It feels like, ironically, the thing I have to do is like out attack her. But I'm the grappler character, which is like not
Round 2. Fight.
what I think I should have to do.
Perfect. Round 3.
My head, guys.
Rainbow.
Counter.
Rainbow disc.
Round 4. Fight.
Rainbow.
KO. Perfect. You lose.
Yeah, I guess she is the first rushdown character I've fought against so far.
Round 1. Fight.
She definitely feels like nothing else I've played against so far, so I'm just really overwhelmed.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
I think Slayers for Hire air dash is like an armor thing.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Fuck you and your spacing, SSTJ. This is undisgusting.
KO.
Disgusting.
Round 4. Fight.
I parried that shit.
KO. Perfect. You lose.
Oof. Alright, I'm giving myself one last try here. Alright, spacing
1.
and exploit. Let's
Fight.
go. I mean, I have to also, like... Oh, God. Alright, one.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Alright, I think I got my tool against SSTJ right here. It's this bullshit right here. That's what I got. That's my best move. That's what I can do. Spam that move. That's how I beat SSTJ.
Round 3. Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
Block it one more time, bitch.
KO! Round 5. Fight!
Rainbow Disc!
Heyo! Dodge that. No, I didn't. God fucking damn it. I counted my chickens, as they say, way before they hatched on that one.
KO! Round 6. Fight!
Heyo!
Round 7.
Oh, this is tough, man. Oh no, not like this, Kako. I've come so far. Come so far.
Perfect!
Alright, that was my best one yet. I said one more, but now I gotta do one more to the one more. Trace J, I hope you're having fun. Because I was not the first few matches here.
Round 2. Fight!
Come on, guys. Give me your energy. Yeah, you come here, bitch.
KO!
I am not approaching you with my dragon ever
Round
again.
3. Fight!
Just kidding! Alright, that's fair, I guess.
Round 4. Fight!
Oh, I can jump over that shit. Okay, hello. That's a game changer right there. Whoa.
KO! Round 5. Fight!
Oh god, alright, this is just that one that ends like in 5 seconds.
KO! Round 6. Fight!
Come to me. Come to me. Alright, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing.
You lose.
Oh god. Alright, well. So alright, that's the end of my playing. But I do want to give some thoughts about like why this is like fighting games are so difficult. Because so much of game feel, I need to make a chart about this, right? Let me do this. I'm gonna make a PowerPoint. That's how you know shit's getting real. All right, let me pull this up. Give me a second here. Does that work? Can you guys see my my PowerPoint? I think you can. It's like a little bit crazy because of the viewer here, but I believe that's showing up. Is that right? Yeah. All right, so basically, fighting games are essentially rock, paper, scissors, right? That's what you hear all the time. I'm like trying to formulate this like as we go here. So this is like, I haven't thought about this, I haven't planned it, so I might double back or, you know, do whatever to make this situation, the story work. So you hear about games being rock, paper, scissors. The challenge is that, what should we make this third color? Green, yellow, RPS. So the problem with RPS in a fighting game, where's my greater than sign? Am I blind? Don't see this? I guess we'll do this. So rock loses to paper, so we'll make that green. Paper. Rock beats scissors. And scissors beats paper. And this is like the whole thing of fighting games, is these things right here. Right? This is the holy trinity of fighting games. Rock, paper, scissors. And in a fighting game, especially when you're new to it, you don't know what is rock, what is papers, and what is scissors. And it's really tough when the game, for example, in the tutorial says, you know, there's throws. And it says throws are rock, and Yomi beats throws. And then it also says that there's special throws, which I'll call S throws, and that Yomi actually loses to special throws. And that jump beats special throws. I hope this is all on screen here. Yeah. So if I go like to the next screen here, and this is what the tutorial teaches you. It teaches you there's throws and Yomi beats those. It teaches you that there's special throws which beat Yomi, and that you have to jump. Sorry, that's supposed to say jump. Jump will beat special throws. So suddenly you have this dragon form guy, and and if I do this here, you have throws beat jumps, Yomis beat throws. And there actually isn't this middle thing here. And if I draw this over here, there's special throws, and it's the opposite. You know, it switches, basically. If you do a jump to a special throw, and then the special throw beats a Yomi. And that's pretty clear. Like, it swaps them, right? And you've got this triangle now. And so if I think he's going to throw, I want to jump. If he thinks he's going to special throw, then I want to... Sorry, if he's going to throw, I want a Yomi. And if he's going to special throw, then I want to jump to beat him. And in the tutorial, it suddenly goes... there's the dragon rush. It doesn't tell you that it's a special throw. because in the tutorial, it says a special throw looks like this. The guy's glowing yellow. Let me see if I can find it. Midori special grab yellow. Fantasy strike. Apparently, where is it? Where's the yellow grab? Come on. Someone give it to me. No, I can't find a single image of Midori's special grab. Midori, yellow grab. Come on. Where is it? Doesn't exist. All right, basically, I'm just going to say that it teaches you that a special throw look like yellow glow. And that's what it teaches you initially. And then suddenly there's the Dragon Rush. Dragon Rush XT look like blue glow. And so I had no idea how to handle that. And I just didn't know. And that's just like a really subtle thing that fighting games are challenged by, which is when you create a expectation to look for the yellow glow. That's the special throw. And then suddenly put a blue glow in there. I'm like, what is this? No one told me what blue glows are. And I don't know how to react to it. And it's super frustrating. And the same thing kind of happened when I was playing... I went from playing, if we do this rock, paper, scissors thing again, you have like zoners who beat grapplers who I guess beat rushdown, and rushdown beat zoners. I don't know if that's exactly how you could say it, but you could say something like that. Nonetheless, there's a certain play style that you have to be used to when you're any one of these things. And so for the first whole part of the game, when you watched me play, I was in this zone right here. So I was like, okay, this is the things that zoners can do to me. These are the things that I can do to zoners to beat them. And I got a pretty good knack of that. And, maybe I'll play a fellow grappler. Right? And I'll play a fellow grappler, and I'm like, okay, well, what do my advantageous things look like versus their advantageous things, and I can learn how to fight those things. And then suddenly I played my first rushdown of the whole thing, and I was so unprepared for it because all of the things that worked before don't work. And I was just like, how do I beat this rushdown? How do I beat this rushdown person? I can't, none of the things that were working on the other types of characters were working. They're just too fast. And I was thinking, like, do I just need to be faster? And that's obviously wrong. Because the challenge is, like, for zoners, it's dodge their projectiles. For grappler, it's like grab or be grabbed. It's very straightforward. You have a very similar set of skills. And then for the rushdown, it's like, okay, they don't have projectiles that I need to dodge, but they have all these flurry of attacks. And instead of thinking I need to dodge these, at least for me, I was thinking I need to beat these attacks out. And I kept losing, like, again and again and again and again and again. And I kept trying to do better at that thing that would never work in this system. It just never is going to work. And so there wasn't a system that could call out or show me or course correct, and like you guys in chat even were trying to teach me, hey, like watch out for XYZ. And ultimately it came down to a bunch of you guys being like, hey, you need to just space it and be patient and let them overextend and then punish them. And it was just really tough. And I think that in any fighting game, when you have these ideas of characters who are identities and archetypes, you have these players who, you see this all the time in fighting game communities. People hate playing against a certain character. They really hate playing against a certain character. And I think a lot of the reason is because when they were forming their core skills, when they were playing their friends, they developed certain play styles to handle, for example, a certain type of zoner or a certain type of grappler, but they don't get exposed to certain types of zoners, and suddenly they're just completely overwhelmed. They don't know what to do. All of their knowledge is useless. And I think that that's one of the challenges of rock, paper, scissors in fighting games, which is like, hey, if you don't know the counterplay, you're just screwed. And that's really, really tough. That's really tough. So I think that that's just like my 2 cents observation on my play session here, where I was kind of at first overwhelmed by the special throw not being color-coded the way that it was kind of told to me it was going to be in the tutorial. And that's kind of a microcosm of when fighting games condition you to play a certain way against certain characters, and then suddenly there's a new character or there's a character you haven't fought as frequently, where all of your tools and all of your experience are only going to lead you to get punished by that character. And so then you're challenging yourself to play your play style better, but it doesn't help you. And I think that that's just this challenge of fighting game design, where you have to be able to take a step back and say, okay, how do I unlearn everything that I know and play differently to outplay this opponent? And especially for newcomers, that's really, really frustrating. Like my head was just like pounding trying to beat that painter girl, because I was like, I don't know what to do. Everything I do, I just get punished and I'm getting obliterated, and I don't know what to do. And it made me want to uninstall. And it has nothing to do with Fantasy Strike. It has nothing to do with fighting games, but it has everything to do with like, hey, I'm on this course of like learning what to do, and I'm starting to feel good about myself. I'm starting to feel confident, and suddenly it just gets shattered. And it's like, I don't know anything. And I feel like there needs to be some way to help players course correct when they get stuck. And Twack has a point. I don't think that's unique to fighting games. It's not unique to fighting games, but I think it's probably worst in fighting games. The Soul games do that as well, where they're like, hey, if you don't know how to dodge or you don't know how to parry, this boss is going to completely whoop you. And that's like the challenge of that, though. Like when you go into a Dark Souls game, you expect that they're going to throw something unique that you don't know how to deal with. And it's like part of the game. And I think in the fighting game, people forget that exists. They forget that it's a puzzle to be kind of broken apart and solved. And so I think there's a couple things you can do. You could say, hey, it seems like you're having trouble with this matchup. Let's show you how this character fights and like how to beat them. Here's, the common approaching tools, and here's how you exploit it. And then just very quickly you give them the tricks. Maybe you slow the game down and show them like you should be doing X attack here. And you just try to teach them that way. And that works if you're playing against computers. When you're playing online, you couldn't really do something like that. But I just think that you want to get those players unstuck as soon as possible. Like the thing that I got really flustered by was the painter's purple, cyan, yellow combo. I was just like, what do I do about this? What do I do? And if they go, oh, after the second one, there's enough time for you to input a parry if you do it right here. I don't know if that's the case. I just made that up. But if they did, I could be like, oh, okay, that's something that I can do about this, right? I think when we make Vortex Rising, and the name that it's going to be changing to, I try to think a lot about like, how intuitive is this? How intuitive is the counterplay? And I really want the counterplay to be as obvious as possible, kind of like the projectiles, where it's like, okay, you dodge the projectiles. Brilliant, right? That's not that confusing. I remember as a, amateur fighting game player, like go back 10 years in time, it was just like, you just block them. What do you do? You just block it and they keep coming. Like you can't stop it, right? But no one told me, oh, you have to jump over them and attack them, right, while they're doing that. So, you got to teach people and show people the tricks. And I think that on Fantasy Strike's part, they really should make that special throw grab from the dragon yellow and not blue, because that just threw me for an unnecessary curveball, what that was. And let me think. I thought the tutorial was fantastic. I think that if they told me that the dragon thing was a super throw and I could jump out of it, that would have been way better, because I got bodied by that move every time. I think that the tutorial skews on information overload, and I think that they could have done without the throws in the part 1 of the tutorial. And then they could have had you play like a couple matches to like unlock something or level up your character or unlock another character, and just to kind of show you the ropes and have some fun. And then they can teach you the throws and the supers. That's the like brown belt to black belt thing. I think that brown belt, black belt idea really needs to be explored in fighting games, because if you think about drawing an analogy, and this isn't apples to apples by any means, but you draw an analogy to like MMOs, and like WoW. I played WoW. Hopefully a lot of people here have played WoW, but Superhero City or whatever that game was called, or what any of the other MMOs that have been around a long time, you understand that when you get to your level 1 account, you have like one attack and then like eat food to heal, and like that's all you have. And then when you get to level 60, you have like a million different moves and all of these synergies and all the different talents and all the things that you can do to make it interesting and viable for endgame play. But fighting games, you start at level 60, and it's overwhelming. It's information overload. And so I think that fighting games in particular should really think about ways to do like a brown belt, black belt tier play where there's a limited option set. And I think that, City of Heroes. So what I think we will do is something where you can't jump, or you can't double jump, or there are no platforms, and it's just about attack and canceling. And maybe even there's no block. And it's just like a really simple spacing game, and it teaches you to understand at least 2 of the buttons well, and then you can learn how to attack. And you can learn how to space, and you can learn how to cancel out of attacks, and you can learn how to spark cancel. And then you can learn about double jumping and fast falling and all of that stuff. But I think it's important to help people understand the fundamentals in a way that's not overwhelming, is not the fire hose, and something like the brown belt, black belt system could do something like that, and that's something that I want to try to explore here. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was fun for you. Again, I can't say enough praise for Fantasy Strike, David Serlin and his team. And the game was awesome. It's super polished. There's so much that we can learn from it as for our own studio and take away from it. I feel like having watched this and seeing where Fantasy Strike was like a year ago, we're like a year behind you guys. So we're going to work really, really hard to try to catch up and close that gap. But, you know, the games are very different. Our game is, I think, one key way that our game is very different from Fantasy Strike is we want. So I think Fantasy Strike really focuses on making itself feel very approachable and very intuitive, and by God, it is. Like, I managed to do really, really fun things just kind of playing with this, and it was really satisfying and really fun to get to do that. Where we're different is we don't focus on making our game visually approachable. We want our game to be visually impressive and almost intimidating in a way, where it's like, holy shit, that looks so cool. And like, that's kind of more anime fighter-esque than Fantasy Strike. And of course, there's the obvious difference where this is a traditional fighter and we're a platform fighter. But you know, there is definitely some inspiration where we have like health bar blocks, essentially, not exactly, and we have kind of like simplified systems like what Fantasy Strike has. But I think that the wrapping and where it goes is very different, and that's not, one is better than the other, it's just they're different. So I hope that Fantasy Strike does well. You know, we'll be continuing to watch this closely, probably do some streams in the future with other games. If you guys thought this was interesting, sharing my game developer perspective on this, or if you think there was something more I could have done, less I could have done, leave it in the comments. I will read all of those and take that into consideration for next time. So thanks, guys.